Did you fall in love, Feho?
No, I didn't fall in love. I just kind of fell in love.
We're live on the YouTube, Feho. We're live on the Facebook. If I can find the old... Let me see if I can find my stream. Good morning, everybody. I feel like we're starting to get back to normal, but people are going out of town next week, I think. When is Drew going out of town? We got people going out of town. You know, I made this post last night before we get into today's show. Right now, we have sold around 140 homes this year. And I am concerned if we'll sell another home this year. Does that sound crazy? Zena wants a shirt. You're going to get a shirt, Zena. We've already got... Bring us, Zena. Come up here, Feho. Get in the camera. Show everybody. Josh is back. Everybody in the office has a Josh Feho Benton Harrell shirt. The man with 4 names.
Priceless shirt.
Priceless. As a matter of fact, if you share the stream... We'll give one person a shirt. We're going to give one shirt away today for Joshua. Good morning, Shawan. Share the stream. Like, comment, and share the stream. Also, we want more audience participation, don't we, new girl?
Yes.
Daniela. Who says that? Daniela? Is that what it is? Daniela says I don't get enough audience participation. She called me out on it. So my job is to get more of you to speak. Before we do that, as always, we start with what, Feho? Do you remember what we start with around here?
In a minute, 60 seconds.
It is the 60 seconds of gratitude. Because I'm not in a good state right now. I got a lot of fear. I got a lot of doubt. I've got a lot of uncertainty floating around in my mind because Hayden posted something from Keeping Current Matters. I want y'all to think about this, okay? I need you to think about this. Every listing receives 5.1 offers. That should just make you sick at your stomach. As a matter of fact, I'm being ungrateful right now. I'll get back to grateful in just a second. But right now in our whole county, there's only 233 homes available.
And that's counting new construction,
Yes. It's like, shit. How will we sell another house? I'm very negative right now. So let's get off the negativity and let's get on to the gratitude. Gracie, you had a very busy day yesterday and you still hit your target. Congratulations, Gracie. There you are. Andre, 50 calls. Lorima, 51 calls. Noah, Mr. Steady, 50 calls. Hayden, 54 calls. Congratulations to all the people. Here's what I want to encourage you all to do in this extremely grateful way. I believe, Kendall, thank you for getting on here. Cecilia, if you share this shirt over yonder in Texas, there's a possibility we could ship you one right over there. And people could say, who the hell is that guy? Well, if y'all don't know who this dude is, he's a guy that we thought quit. Didn't we? Who thought he quit?
I did.
He was hanging out with another dude that quit, and I thought, damn, he has quit. Dude just quit. So we found out Josh went on vacation. And somebody said, look, we put a picture of him up on the board. Did you see the picture? It was this picture. And then Hayden said, we ought to make a McLovin t-shirt out of it. This is the McLovin.
Limited too. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, we're not making any more. So if you want one, share the stream. But if I'm the new people in this business, here's what I want to tell y'all, man. It's time to really buckle down and get focused because I feel like... Think about this, and I'm going to get to today's show topic in just one moment. I want you to think about if you're somebody and you were excited to buy a home and you've been let down time after time after time after time because you've been outbid for the home. Over time, what do you think your emotions finally settle on? Giving up. Tired of it. We'll just make sense of ridding. See, that's what happens whenever out of every one listing, 5.1 offers are received. You made an offer on something, 2 offers over the weekend. Both of them multiple offers. The listing agent on the other side of that deal is like, hey, we made a ridiculous offer, but we need you to make it just a little bit more ridiculous. Can you do? That's what it's like, man. People are getting beat up, and I'm really, really concerned about things. I'll trade you a Red Sox I'll trade you a Red Sox shirt for one of those,
Deal.
GTT.
Deal.
Fayho loves the Red Sox, so yes, we'll do that. All right, today's show topic is long-term planning leads to better short-term actions. And when I said this, one person popped up in my mind. One person. Who do you think I'm talking about? Fayho? Who do you think?
Me?
My wife. Shit.
Hayden?
Hayden. Who were you thinking?
I was thinking Hayden.
Who were you thinking?
I was thinking Fayho.
Damn. Fayho, that's very surprising. Who were you thinking? Damn, Josh, I'm so surprised.
What was the statement?
The statement was long-term planning leads to better short-term actions. Who were you thinking, Hayden? Who were you thinking, Hayden?
Myself.
Yeah.
What do you think about Aiden?
Yeah, I was. But I was also like you. I was thinking a little bit about myself because I've really gotten out of that rhythm. The reason why can I recognize this in Hayden?
Happened to you.
Because I've struggled with this. So you can't see something that you haven't experienced. Can you see, have you ever been to Hawaii?
Nope.
Can you see it? Can you describe it?
No.
Whenever you've been through that, you can. So Hayden is like me. We're very similar, and especially when it comes to doing things we want to do that might be fun.
I like doing that stuff.
We do. But one of my biggest problems financially were back when I was in my early 30s, because I didn't make any money in my 20s. I drank a lot in my 20s, but I never. I remember back when I could go out and drink all night for $20. Can y'all do that nowadays?
Hell no.
You can't do that. Good morning, Tammy Burton. If you're interested in one of these shirts, Tammy, share the stream. Maybe you'll win one. If you want a Josh, Benton, Farrell, Harrell, however many names we can come up with, shirts. But back then, I could make sense of the moment. The big things just seem like, you know what, one day I'll get to that. But what you'll find is whenever you get a focus on what your future looks like, it helps you to make better decisions in the moment. Are you following what I'm saying, Fayho?
Yes.
Fayho has gotten extremely clear. I was bragging on you to Coach Burt the other night. After you went on that flip the switch almost a year ago, something happened in your mind where you became clear with a future version of Josh. And with that future version of Josh, you started making decisions in the moment that were in alignment with that future version of Josh. Does that make sense? Can you talk to us? Can you tell us anything about how that future version of Josh changed your short-term thinking?
Yeah, I just saw people who were doing more than I was, and I was like, well, hell, I want to be like that one day, so I need to get dialed in.
But how did you make the changes daily? How did you give up doing? What were some things like you probably don't remember, but
Playing video games. I used to play a lot.
shooting back? Remember back when we played a lot of ping pong? We shot a lot of basketball.
Rebounding.
But you did a lot of rebounding. You weren't allowed to shoot around here. People aren't allowed to around.
You're
You
the
can't
only
shoot around
sharpshooter.
here, can you? I'm the only shooter around here. But I want you to think about your current life and about like diets, getting off topic of money or success. It's really to go to things that are very relatable to you. Does it always seem like once you make the decision that you're going to get tight on your diet, good things come up? Like-
Donuts in the office.
Donuts in the office. We're going to have pizza on Friday. We're going to have an event Friday night. We're going to do all these things. It's almost like every time there's something you want to do, the universe presents a test immediately. You ever notice that?
Yep.
Well, really, those tests are always there. You just give into them and they're not a test. Do you understand what I'm saying? But once you put your foot in the sand and you make a decision and you say, I'm going to change these like short-term ways of thinking, things get harder immediately. They get harder immediately to see if you're really, really worthy of getting that thing that you want. So what are some things right now that you feel like you need to give up to get to that next level of you? Friends. Somebody was asking me, like right now, what's the biggest difference between Drew and Noah? I think they were asking that. Drew has a big network. He talks to a lot of people. That's a huge differential advantage for Drew. Every time I call Drew, after hours, I hear all these people in the background. He's always around a lot of people. Me, on the other hand, is me, my wife, and the dog, and Nick. We're just sitting there like, shit, I'm glad I ain't over there with him doing that. What does that cost me, though? Opportunity. Connections. Your dad has mastered this, Pruitt, for, how old is he? 51 or 2 years old. He got in the business at 23. John is always, if you go into a room with John, John is brilliant at work in that room. He goes over, he puts that big smile, and it feels good. He's got very good energy. And even if it's just about 1 minute with John, he makes you feel good, and he goes on to the next person. I could go into a room and sit over there and just talk to Van and hide. Like, damn, I hope I ain't got to talk to that person. I used to enjoy doing it. I used to enjoy going into the room and talking to everybody. Now I go into these rooms and I'm like, man, I don't want to talk about what they want to talk about. They want to talk about bullshit stuff that I have no interest in. No, like just the only thing I like to talk about is, what would you say, Josh? Business. Getting better. But most people that I go out into these situations, they don't want to talk about that. It's like I become socially retarded now talking about what they want to talk about or what current events are. I don't even know. You asked me who that lady was. I don't know who she is. My wife asked me, do I know what this song? I don't know what you're talking about. The only music I listen to is Hank Williams Jr. and Rolling Stones. That's it. And some Tupac or Biggie. But I'm like trapped in the old days. Okay? So it's almost like I'm not even relatable.
How can I even hear?
But as I say that, I do know this. That holds me back. I need to break through that comfort. To me, I've just gotten comfort. I've come in here. I really don't. I got to leave the office today. I got to go out and meet with somebody. How do you think that makes me feel?
You don't like it.
I don't even want to go do it. It's all habit-formed behavior. You can change all this stuff. You need to get around more people. Why didn't you go to that air show? Should have done it. Went to the dog park. Should have gone to the old air show. Why should you have gone there? We're going to talk about this as soon as I get off here.
Could have met more people.
It's all about exposing yourself to where more people know you. That should be your primary goal. Get to know more people. If more people know who you are, do you think that increases your chance of being successful, or do you feel like it's irrelevant? It definitely. So, like, look at Drew. Like, I'm like, Drew, where are you getting all your business? And he's like, man, it's just been people that I know. And you go back, and he's gotten a lot of business. And here's the beauty, Tom Gavin. Don't become old before your time. I know. I got to do something about that, but that's a barrier. See, I need to be thinking longer term on this to help my short term way of thinking, Tom. We went back, and I'm looking at Drew's stuff, and it's these people that he knows. Here's the beauty of working with people that you do know. Usually, unless there's some trust issues there, usually the deals are a lot easier if there's some familiarity. If they trust you. If they don't trust you, they can become a lot harder. So what are some things right now you need to intentionally get focused on into your future?
Putting yourself in front of people.
Okay. Now, because that's your dominant focus into the future, Noah, today, here's what we're going to talk about this as soon as I get off here, but y'all need to hit your targets and get out. We're talking about this. Y'all need to hit your targets and get out around people. Calculate how many people you're around every day. For me, it ain't near as many as I used to be. Used to be a lot more. But I need to circulate with more purpose out amongst our town, our community. Need to be doing more things. So, Josh, we're glad you're back. We're hoping you'll bring some intensity back because
we're a turn up.
Well, I hope we do. Now, you did tell me in the gym this morning you've got a target today. Yes. What's that target going to be?
100 calls. 100 phone calls.
If you're watching this, how many calls do you think Josh will make today? Send in the comments. I want to know who can predict Josh's total that he'll hit today. Maybe we'll see who won the prize. Who knows what the prize will be. The last thing I will add is today. Did you know today is Best Friend Day?
No.
Today is National Best Friend Day. Do you have a best friend?
Zena.
Who's your best friend, Pruitt?
Josh.
My best buddy over here.
Gracie, who's your best friend?
Ronnie Jean.
Ronnie Jean. Who's your favorite
That's a cool
human?
name.
Ronnie Jean.
I like
Doug. Is Doug your best friend? Who's your best friend?
My roommate, Kayla.
Who's your best friend?
My brother.
Say good old Sebastian.
Gosh.
Sanchez.
Beto Sanchez. My best friend, I've had my same best friend since I was like 16.
Brittany.
Adam Wright. Adam Wright. Hey, you ought to call him. Adam, today's best friend day. Tommy wanted me to call you. Is there anything I could do for you? Give him a call right now. Do you have his number? He may or may not answer that. So everybody have a great day. I do want you to do this little exercise. What do I want this future for me to look like? It really makes a lot of sense when you get focused on wealth, money, or your health. So back in the day, I had a lot of debt. I've looked into my personal financials, and I've got way too much debt right now. I've got to now get focused on just blowing money and get focused on this. Hey, I got to get these things paid for. And that's going to change my behavior. Whatever you commit to and you start measuring, it will improve. I guarantee you. Everybody have a great day.